Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, um, depending from where you are. This evening, I'm with my brother MIGUDA. We want just to have a recap of the week. MIGUDA, habari gani?
Niko salama kakaangu. Leo ni Jumatatu, ya wiki imekuwa mengi kabisa.
Kutokea Friday tukakuja, weekend yako imekuwa aje?
Weekend yangu ilijakuwa vizuri sana kwa sababu tumekuwa na weekend iko na siasa nyingi sana ndani yake. Sasa
Eh,
nimeweka mawazo nyingi kwa siasa. Ingawa mimi niko sawa, niko poa kabisa.
uko salama?
Niko salama, niko salama. Niko
Okay,
salama salimini.
asante sana. Mimi ah, hii weekend haikukuwa mzuri sana kwangu kwa sababu kuna mwanahabari ama tuseme kwamba mtu ambaye anatoka nchi jirani, ni mwanadada ambao alikuwa anafanya kazi yake vizuri katika redioni pale taasisi ya Wasafi, alikuwa anaitwa Dida. Huyo dada aliaga na kazikwa jana nafikiri. Lakini ni mtu ambaye alikuwa amependwa na wengi hata sana sana alikuwa na kipindi ambapo inaitwa Mashamsham. Alikuwa amependa kupiga nyimbo za taarabu, vitu kama hizo. Na alikuwa anaifanya kwa hali ya juu sana. Unajua katika dunia hii kuna kupendwa na unaweza sikika. No, si kuna kusikika. Unaweza sikika lakini pia unaweza pata kwamba hauwezi pendwa. Lakini yeye Mungu alimjalia alikuwa anasikika na tena alikuwa amependwa. So, um, yeah, haikukuwa kwa sababu nilikuwa nimependa kufuatilia kipindi zake, vipindi ambayo alikuwa anafanya pale. So, haikukuwa mzuri sana, lakini hiyo ni hali ya kawaida kwa kila mtu unajua. Kitu lazima sisi tujue ni kwamba kuna siku tu muda ikifika tu tutaenda tu unajua. So, si jambo geni, lakini huwa ikitokea inawacha pengo kubwa kwa maisha ya watu labda walikuwa wanamfuata kwa karibu sana ama mafamilia zao. So hiyo ndio kitu ambacho kilitokea weekend. Yeah, so maybe kama uko na maybe jambo tena labda unaweza sema?
Vile umesema hivyo ndio tulipata tu. Sisi tulizaliwa tukapata kama ulimwengu iko hivyo.
Mm.
Sasa haina vitu mingi unafaa kufikiria sana. Walisema kuishi ni bahati na kufa lazima. Sasa hivyo ndio mwendo iko. Sasa sisi tuko. Tunangoja tu
Eh,
tufanye nini, na wewe ulizaliwa ukapata kama vitu ziko hivyo, huwezi
eh,
badilisha. Sasa wewe unaomba tu Mola na unafanya kazi yako. Bora
mhm.
kuishi na watu kwa amani wakati wako kama uko duniani. Usikuwe na vita nyingi na watu.
Okay.
Usikuwe na maadui wengi kabisa. Wewe jaribu sana ukuwe na amani na binadamu wenzako kama unaishi duniani.
Na pia imenikumbusha kwamba kuna siku mtu alikuwa akisema ati kaburini kimejaa dhahabu, yaani watu wengi, kuna wale mashairi ambao yamezikwa hapo, yaani is very rich, the graveyard is so rich, with the dreams that are not fulfilled, with those good poems, with very good politicians, good leadership, the people who did not um, live to showcase their talent. So that is how the graveyard is so much rich with everything that you might call. And I'm inviting everyone to the show, wherever you are, and you can um, tell us how you are doing today and how you're feeling today and where you are. And maybe if you have something new you can share with us, we will really, really so much appreciate. And if you're new in this channel, we are kindly requesting you to be part of the family by sub um, be one of our subscribers, and we will appreciate you so much. Miguda, today we want to do a recap of what happened from Friday to Saturday to Sunday, then Monday today, as we wait, because there are news that the deputy president will be having his presser at around 7 p.m. So we are waiting to see what does he have in mind. Is he resigning, or he's putting on? Is ready to go for the battle. As you know, tomorrow also he will be given 2 hours in Parliament to defend himself. So we will be waiting for that. So, or what do you think? What do you think, my friend?
Before we began to engage on what happened, the military recap,
Mhm.
today there are things which have also turned out. We have
Yeah.
seen our good brother, Kasmin Makoure,
Mhm.
at Capitol Hill, Nairobi,
Yes.
meeting Baba and
Uh,
the Usho.
uh,
And also, people from deputy president side have also said that resignation is not the option. So
okay.
we were yet to see what is going to happen tonight. I think around 7 p.m. East Africa time.
Okay.
So the question could be: the Gen Zs still feel that there were some of them who are never genuine. People like Kasmuel who swore with their
Mm.
lives, no, never to join government. What has happened? Such things
Uh,
have happened today.
okay, thank you so much. And also baraza la wazee pia walikao na kikao wakasema kwamba rais anafaa amsamehe naibu wa rais. Hizo tutazungumza. Wait, in your own opinion, how can you define forgiveness?
Forgiveness in the spiritual world,
Yeah.
Jesus defined it Jesus taught about love. That's what I can begin from there.
Mhm.
Jesus taught people that you should love your God with all your heart, mind, strength, and soul. Vis-a-vis, you should love your brother or your neighbor as you love yourself.
Mhm.
So, in terms of forgiveness, if
Yeah.
anyone wrongs you, you should let go. God, they say that if you have forgiveness, you can let go. But this is
Yeah.
a scenario whereby no one, they say that he was specific asking Mr. President to forgive him. But people are saying the crimes against the ones which have been presented to Parliament are
Yeah.
against the public. He has offended the
Mhm.
public, not the president. So I don't
Mm.
know how the public are going to forgive him because there are clear procedures of dealing with the people who have wronged the public. The retributive justice, whereby if you wrong me,
Yeah.
there must be justice seen to be done into someone to the victim or to the public. So the
Okay.
retributive justice must take its course, and he will only be forgiven after conviction, brother Benson, because that's what we call mitigation.
Mhm.
Mitigation only happens after the due process of the law is done and the conviction or the acquittal is done in the court of law. So you can go for mitigation, whereby you can go and ask for forgiveness. But before that, let
Mhm.
the due process of the law take its course. Because there's no forgiveness in law that you can forgive me. There's just retributive justice, and justice shall be done uh, and sin done. So there is no need of forgiving right now. Not that I say that I can't forgive as for me, but the
Mhm.
charges against PP are those which the charges he committed crimes against the public, not the president. So
Okay.
maybe the mitigation process will take its course after the due process of the law has taken effect. So we're just waiting. So it depends on how you define forgiveness. But as for me, that's
Mhm.
how I can look at it. That let us leave the law pass, then we'll get into forgiveness later. Because either way, the process is on.
Okay. Thank you so much. And to me, I would define forgiveness like not holding you accountable for the wrong things that you have done for me. That is my own uh, uh, definition of forgiveness. That I'm not going to hold you accountable, even though you did wrong. Yeah, but I'm letting it go, and I'm not going to hold you accountable. That is on myself. And also, when you come to the spiritual world, especially, I know you usually attend the church and you read the Bible. I'm not very sure of the verse, but it says that if if you don't forgive those who go against you, yeah, then our Father in heaven is not going to forgive you. So, which means forgiveness starts when you forgive. For you to inherit the kingdom of God, per se, that you have to forgive somebody so that your Father in heaven will forgive you. So it means it's a two-way traffic. So if you don't forgive, then the inheritance of kingdom of God is not going to be you. I'm not very sure of the verse, but that's what I know. So, and the reason why I was asking you this, because as you know, the the government that we have, or the president, is somebody who has pegged or has portrayed himself as a spiritual leader and somebody who usually prays. Not even once, but several occasions. Even you can even the first lady, there was a intercessors, all that in in the state house. Remember, before they went to the state house, they had to invite the people, the men of the cloth to come and preach. To send out those bad omen who that might have been in the White House. So it is a government that was founded on the spirituality, or on si uchawi ni maombi. Yeah. But in the kingdom of God, as we say, the forgiveness is one of the greatest things. Why is it that now, or the forgiveness comes? And if to take you back, there was a time even the president himself asked for forgiveness from then Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. President Moi also had asked for forgiveness, and now we are seeing the deputy president asking for forgiveness. So forgiveness asking is not something that is very new in the political landscapes, especially with those who are in the political field. So it has always been there. So my question is, what did you do wrong? Because like sometimes if you do wrong, you have to know.
It depends on how someone define forgiveness, or whether how someone was brought up. There's
Mhm.
also another analogy that you should forgive and forget.
Yes.
But you're also told that just forgive, but don't forget. That's how us you are told. That
Mm.
forgive, but don't forget. Just forgive your fellow human being, but never forget, because the same mistake can be done to you again. And let me
Okay.
just take example, my brother Benson, in our community.
Yeah.
If you get engaged with the elders long time ago when you were still young, they could tell you that if you miss a spear, if your enemy want to crush you and you miss that spear from
Mm.
your enemy, don't don't laugh with that enemy, because next time if you reinstate that enemy to the position where he was, he will kill you. So for
Okay.
instance, let's argue in this context. I don't want to go into details because they told us the details will be in parliament.
Hmm.
What if we are dealing with a scenario whereby, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes.
I'm saying, what if we are dealing with a scenario whereby the way they said Rigiji was plotting a coup? So it
Mm.
means if the coup could have been successful, who could be a casualty, Mr. President? So how am I going to forgive you and you wanted to overthrow me? It means if at all it could have gone through successfully, I
Yeah.
could be out of the sea. So if I have that opportunity to deal with you, then I'm going to forgive you. Because if I forgive you, I'll give you more room to deal with me. And when you get an opportunity with me, you will not spare me because already you have created enemies. So in a political context, I
Yeah.
don't see a scenario whereby the president is going to forgive Rigidi, if at all that is the case. I'm not saying that he was plotting a coup. We are yet to clarify in the parliament tomorrow. So if at all
Mm.
that is the case, that he wanted to overthrow Mr. President,
Yeah.
and Mr. President have all the state machineries and is commanding all the state, he has all the tools of violence. There's no
Mhm.
way he's commanding the tools of violence and is going to spare Rigidi, because what if Rigidi could have overthrown him? Where could he be today? Even if he had been in exile. So there's no way, maybe he can forgive Rigidi, but he can never forget.
Okay.
Or in the kingdom of God,
Mm.
the attribute of forgiveness,
Mm.
yeah, you can forgive someone. Even during when there was controversy in heaven, between evil and good. And evil was sent away from heaven, and it came out from heaven, the angels. It was given room so that he can repent and he can be reinstated back to his office. But the battle was drawn. The die was cast. Even in heaven, the die was cast. There was no way the evil was going to back down for the good. He insists that I will never back down for this good because God Himself has created us and He wants us to do everything in His own praise.
Yeah, okay.
But it's us who is working for Him. Why can't we have our own kingdom? And no, He quoted that I will establish my temple above the stars of the Most High. And that's the reason could be that God sent it out of heaven. That there's no way you can set your temple above the skies of the Most High. And it is me, even that light that reflects the throne is coming from me. But the evil thought that light belongs to himself. So God gave him time. If you can repent, and he said, no, I will never repent. The die is cast. I'm going to command my people. I'm going to command my angels here. So God said that if you can leave this evil on angel on heaven here, he will make sure that he capture most of the angels. So he was sent away from the heaven and he was thrown into the earth. To date, he has not come to God to repent. He said that there is cast. Let me die. It's a controversy to date. And even Jesus was sent after some years to come to the world so that he can, maybe he was given time to repent. And when Jesus was glorified, by the time he was glorified at Mount Olives, he said that it is done. The die is cast again. So there was no way they were going to come back because they wanted to establish different kingdoms. So it will only be done at the eternal. So in this case,
Yeah.
I can argue that maybe the die is cast. There's no way people is going to back down. So and Rigiji ought not to ask forgiveness. Rigiji ought not to cry like a baby. Rigiji ought to be a man and say, okay, die is cast. Kupa dereva, kupa makanga. Let me part my way and we will meet up uko mbeleni. The way people did to Kenyatta. A man, you don't need to forgiveness sometimes. Just square it out as a man.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Miguda. We are not preaching today. We are just trying to argue scenarios of forgiveness in terms of the spiritual world and maybe the normal way we understand it. And thank you so much, Atticus. We are good. Good day all. Tuko na siku mzuri, sijui wewe uko aje, utuambie, tutashukuru sana tukijua uko sawa na tutashukuru sana. Thank you so much. And we want to start today and by condemning, by condemning the violence that was meted on Morara on Friday. Yeah, it was on Friday. And it made me thinking as a society, where are we headed? And as the young people, and this is something that need to be condemned to the highest order, especially with the leadership that were mentioned, those leaders that were mentioned or were seen to be doing that. Come think of it, Morara is just a son to somebody. Like you can also have your children, And I don't know whether you will be happy in an event where if your child or somebody who is very closer to you undergo such like the incident Morara went. And it is so sad that even the those who have been mentioned, especially those leaders that have been mentioned, none of them has come out to condemn what happened. We've not seen even the party that they are allied to come out to condemn the incident. And even like we've not seen the police to come out and condemn the violence that was meted on Morara. And it's so sad. My brother, maybe if you can weigh your thought. Judith, thank you so much for coming in the show.
Brother Benson, the issue of attacking Morara,
Yeah.
I condemn it the highest term possible. Me, I'm not pro-violence. I don't like violence, and I cannot advocate for violence. It should be a non-violent contest. It should be just based on the ideologies and maybe on the issue-based politics. It should just be a conversation whereby you converse with your audience so that your audience will determine who will carry the day. It should not be a violent contest. Let us not get it to be a violent contest. So I condemn you the highest term possible, but I am happy because Morara today he was in fact he's back in circulation. He's back. Yeah, and today he admitted that the way I told you previously that Morara could have learned some things, but indeed today he admitted that he was wrong and he has learned from the past. And he said that there were some red flags that he ought to have observed those red flags before going to Bomas. Because at the entrance, he was warned by the goods that you will not enter here. Then he ignored red flags. Then at the entrance, his security was compromised. He was told that you can get in by yourself, no one will accompany you. So he ought to have seen these red flags and get back from out of Bomas. But he regretted. Actually, he said that he saw red flags, but he never took them seriously. So going forward, I think he has learned that politics, sometimes you need to balance. You don't need to hit your opponent directly, or sometimes you need to even miss your targets. So he has learned. The good part of it that he has learned and he has admitted that there were some red flags he ignored. And going forward, we condemn the violence. And the reason why the MPs has not gone to the DCI to record statements or the police is not condemning violence, because that was a state function. There's no way a state can investigate itself. There's no way a state can record a statement by itself. So let him accept that it has happened and let him move on. That's how sometimes politics is.
Okay, thank you. And let us look at it in this angle, because this was a public participation. It means nobody was supposed to be invited. Yeah, you have to go. But one of the comments was that if you're not invited here, then this one was said by one of the members of parliament, if you're not invited here. So which means there were people that were invited to come and make their decision. And this was a public participation. That is one. Some of those members of parliament, tomorrow or any other day, you will see them being interviewed or having a slot or having a set on TV to advise or give their opinion on how the country should run, on where we've gone wrong. And we will be listening to them. And you still call them honorable. What is honorable about them?
You know, it was a public participation, I agree. But it doesn't mean that you have to go if you know your political stand. We have had many national holidays, and we have seen even people like Raila were held in parallel national holidays. If the government is holding their Jamhuri Day or the Kenyan people are celebrating Jamhuri Day or Madaraka Day, opposition, some of them don't attend. They have the parallel, right? Because you must know your position in politics. Are you in opposition or in government? Are you fighting the state or you are working for the state? Even if the swearing in of the president, it is a public thing, but it doesn't mean that all of you must attend, because I've never seen even the runners up going for the swearing in of the president in this country, including all his MPs. They don't attend. So it doesn't mean that you have to go for in everything, provided that it's a public participation or it's a public holiday or it's an inauguration of the president. You don't need to attend, provided that you must know your position. You must know that politics, everybody's not sane in politics, and everybody's not reasonable. Your opponent might be reasonable, but the people around him are not reasonable. They're seeing you as a threat. Even the people who are bodyguards, those goons, some of them, they are not that reasonable. And I think they can understand that it was just a mere political context. It was more of a competition. Some people view politics as a do die. It's something that you must kill someone. Yeah, you by force you must get it. So that's how some people view it. So the issue of Morara ought to have skipped that family participation. That's what I can view. But if it's anybody allowed and there should not be distinction and there should not be selective. But sometimes you must also see the political atmosphere and you align yourself with how it goes.
Okay, thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you so much for joining. And so, when will the leaders transcend from political violence and buying or supporting, um, you know, that kind of the violence? Because if I disagree with you on the opinion, it doesn't mean that you have to pay me by being violent or by finding a way on how you want to eliminate me, because or with you know and that was something that was there. Then also, when you look at where you're coming from, how can you make sure that the young people have um, a leadership? Because what we are fighting, these are some of the things that we've been fighting since independence. How can we be a society whereby we can disagree, and at the same time, after disagreeing, but we don't disagree and paying it back by violence, you know? And these are people who are holding those particular offices. That is one. Then I want to come also to the youths, because they are the people now that are being used. For how long? For how long will it be that you are given just a small money that is not going even to keep you for 10 days? A small money just to do such kind of act on a man, somebody who is even of not of your age, somebody who is you, lesser than you in terms of age. You're more you are born like older than him, and you do that. Where is that conscience in you? And you go home very proud that you've done something as a person, as a family, as a MP, or as a member of parliament. You go sit down with your family and you sit there, coming watch that your TV and say that tumetoka kazi baada ya kuumiza mtoto wa mtu. If you reflect on that, it tells you where we are as a community. It tells you where the problem is. The problem of our country is not the people of Kenya. The problem that we have are the leadership, the people that have been given the mandate to lead. you know you organize the people to beat on a guy, yet their parents, we seen, um did we see that uh, old father just went for dialysis? The man was crying, and you're a member of parliament. How can you solve that? That is a father, somebody who does not have anything, and you've been given the mandate by the Kenyan people to solve such like issues. But the best thing on your list is to organize for violence for a man who usually has a man who does not share with you the same opinion, and to beat that. So that is something that I usually believe, that what we are facing is not the issue with the Kenyan people. Kenyan people are very good people, but the people who are letting this country down are the people that have been given power to be in the leadership to solve the issues that we are going through. But instead of solving them, they create it more. So that is what is there. Another thing before I let you in, I will go to Samuel Makore whenever they. I don't have a problem with him, and I don't even have. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. He can say Gachagua must go. It's okay. That is his opinion. It depends. But my problem is, you had an opportunity. You had an opportunity to condemn what happened to a young person. You did not do that. History will judge him. Even if you come and and explain yourself that you forgot on what. No, the history will not forget. When history of this country will be written, it will be said somewhere that you had opportunity to condemn violence on Morara. You did not. That will be there. And the internet will also not forget, my brother. So that's my comment. Those pictures are there and the videos are there.
Uh, the issue of youths, we youths, we are our own enemies. We don't like each other. Let us begin from there. Our leaders know that we don't like each other. For instance, there have been controversies between who is Gen Z leaders. There have been controversies between Morara, Kasmuel, Masitarus. We have been beating each other. So I do not know why we should fight each other as youth. We should be speaking one language. It doesn't matter who is leading or who is not leading. And also amongst us, there are those youths who don't like their fellow rising. There are those who, if they are seeing you want to rise, they can't even hold your hand. And they have that opportunity to hold your hand. There are some youths who are very much, um, uh, they are very much organized, and God have blessed them when they're still young. And you find that you hang out with them, they're your buddies, but they can't give you opportunities. They can't expose you to these opportunities. So we youth also, we are enemies of ourselves. We don't like ourselves. And even if someone, for instance, let me just give you this example, Brother Benson. What is now hitting Babu Owino in Modia?
Yeah.
Babu Owino is a lone ranger. He had an opportunity in 2017 and 2022 to fight for youths to get tickets in ODM. But he saw that he wanted to be only a youth among the MPs. Maybe he was having his own political ambitions. But currently, he needs those youth who are elected in ODM to support him. But he has none. So if at all, there were many youths by that time, Brother Benson, just to quote some example. There was certain youth in Rongo constituency called David Osiani.
Yes.
There was certain youth also called Makajos. And there were many youths from University of Nairobi who went back home and wanted the ODM ticket so that they can become MPs. Babu Owino never supported any one of them. If at all he could have supported any of them, even they could be 4 youths that he fought for them and they have their tickets. Today he could be dividing ODM. Baba have his people and he's having his people. But now you see, that's how I can tell you youth don't support each other. So that's a lesson I've learned also from that politics of Babu Owino. Then coming to the issue of youths are being used by politicians because they know that they don't love each other. And they know that most of us are unemployed and most of us are coming from humble background. So they know that they can be used to settle their political differences. But those who attend their rallies, they attend in large numbers. And those people will be given some penny to cause distractions.
Yeah.
A leader should not see opponent as a threat. If you have the people, you should not be in a worry that your opponent, you must have some goons. Just go and address them. There are some guys in this country, I haven't seen them working with the goons, and they're performing very well. There are some guys I've not seen them with people like Irun Kangata. I haven't seen him with goons, and there's no way they have been causing violence, and they are delivering service to the people. So these leaders who are 2% with goons, they are leaders who they know that they don't want to work for the people. They want to maintain the status quo. So people like TJ Kajwang, for example, he has been an MP for Oraka for 15 years now. He wants to go and defend his seat again. What is he doing in Ruaraka that he cannot do within the 15 years he was given? What is it that he wants to go and do in Ruaraka? Even he has never appeared among the 10 best MPs. Even there are some young MPs who have done their first term and they have appeared like top 1. So the goons who came to attack Morara, I don't want to say that I know them, but the leaders who organize goons, those are leaders who are afraid of the people. They don't have legitimacy. They're saying that it's president who don't have the legitimacy. If people elected you and if people loved you at the grassroots and you're a leader, why must you work with the goons? Why must you work with the goons? For what? People can't attack you. People, if you are the leader, they will not attack, they will respect you. It means the honorable members of parliament, they know that
No. MIGUDA, don't even call them honorable members. Those people, they don't have that honor. They do not have it.
Okay, the so-called leaders in the parliament, the MPs, let me call them MPs. The MPs, most of them knows that they have lost touch with the ground. That's the reality. So they want to work with goons to protect them. And even most of them now, they don't go home. They're just hiding in this city. And you can't even find them. because they know that they have lost track to the ground. But going forward with the people, the issue of Kasmi Makoure. Kasmi Makoure is really political right to associate with anybody. And as my fellow youth, I cannot condemn him. That is, he has gone to see Baba. You might not know the reason behind it, but what we are saying, he has missed a golden opportunity. He has missed a golden opportunity because we are the future. We are the future of this country. We will be the people running this country the next 10 years, 20 years. So it's not bad to seek guidance and advice from the older generation, but you should not lose the touch with your people at the moment they needed you most. Like the issue of attacking Morara bombers. You ought just to have condemned that no, it is wrong to attack one of us, then you can have his right to speak that Gachagua must go, but let him condemn the issue of attacking one of their youths. So first, we youth, we need to love ourselves. We can't say that we are patriots, that we love our country, but we don't love our countrymen. If we love our country and we are patriots, let us also love our countrymen. Let us have unity of purpose. Let us not have unity which are being driven by wave. That once the wave are settled, then we are no longer united. Let us just be consistent and let us have that unity of purpose as youth, and let us love each other. Let us youth for youth, let us pull each other.
Okay, thank you so much, MIGUDA. And what you said is good. Let one of the greatest things is how you can you uplift competition. This is what we call the healthy competition is there. Yeah, we can compete very healthy competition, and it's about ideology. It doesn't matter where you are. Yeah, you can be in a party that people do not like, but you have very good ideology, because at the end of the day, the people that you want to serve same people because you're coming from the same locality. So this idea of bringing somebody down just because you want to be, no, that is not what we want. Those are the mistakes that we want to correct here in our society. Be somebody who, if you have a connection, don't be mean with yourself. Like if you have a connection somewhere, you cannot share it with your friends. And you want to be the person who is calling the shots. That's not it. Yeah, we want whereby people can come together. And people, if we come together with different ideas, different ideologies, we disagree, and we learn how to disagree peacefully. What you are saying, I don't buy it, my brother, but I disagree with you peacefully. So, and what you said about, everybody has that sense. The constitution allows you to associate with anybody that you want, you know, and but in the process of associating, just remember that moral obligation that is required of you as a human being, and knowing very well that some of these politics or some of these leaders that we are aligned to, they are seasonal. They will come and pass. And if you lay good foundation for the country, the people who are coming will appreciate you. There are some countries that people do appreciate their leaders. They did not even meet them, but they've read them in the history. But in the process of reading them in the history, they really, really respect those leaders, and they say they want to be like them. So that is what is required of, especially right now, the younger generation or the millennials, and the Gen Z. The greatest thing is come together, because now people have identified the problem. The problem that we face is the leadership. That is the main. And after identifying that, so how can we change that leadership? We can only change that leadership by running away from things like violence. Yeah. Running away from leaders who perpetuate, leaders who their main aim is violence. That is what they thrive on. We deassociate ourselves with such like leaders, then we make a good society. And for those who are watching us, thank you so much. We are waiting for the presser for the deputy president. Immediately he will be having a presser. We will go and we will watch the pressure and then come and talk of what the deputy has raised. And Marco Miguda, what we want to look at, and why do you think they want the deputy president to go? Because that is what he said prior last week. He said that th- they want me impeached. Why? Why would they want the son of Mau Mau, a truthful man, as he says so? The truthful man who advocates for people of Mount Kenya. Why would they want him to be impeached?
Before I go to the issue of the son of Mamau, the issue of youths which will embrace each other, we should support each other.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Brother Benson, when Irungu Kangata was the member of parliament for Kiharu,
Yes.
Didi Nyoro was the CDF chairman, Didi Nyoro. So when Irungu Kangata went to fight for senator for Muranga, he allowed Didi Nyoro to succeed him as the member for Kiharu. So when he was going for governor for the first term, Didi Nyoro was given a second term as MP. So if Irungu Kangata could be selfish leader, would not want to uplift one of the youth, the young person from the university. So he uplifted, people could have not realized that Didi Nyoro was a good leader, and we have seen the way he has been ranked one of the best MPs in terms of working in this country.
Yeah.
So if Irungu Kangata could have been selfish and did not uplift one of the young people from the university, we could have not realized as a nation that we have a good leader like Didi Nyoro. So the importance of, if you have identified someone's talent and you have identified that this person can work for the people, try now. Probably when Irungu Kangata will live in Muranga, Didi Nyoro might become the governor. So he was mentored, and that good leadership will not lack from the Muranga County. So the Muranga County will have, like, in the next 20 years for devolution, the account will be developed because this culture of this culture of, if someone is rising, you are repeating this, you don't want anybody to rise. That culture, we know why it's happening. It should stop. It's not a good one. Let's just have a healthy competition. And don't feel your opponent as your enemy.
And you talked about Ndini Njoro and how many like how leaders have been throwing Muranga County just to go and benchmark. The other day, how are you going to benchmark? Yet you know very well that you like it was it Machakos County health workers went to benchmark at. How can you go and benchmark and the same time sometimes you're stealing money from this? What are you going to benchmark? You don't know how to.
So we should be, sometimes let us forget this issue of you hate each other, someone is rising, you don't want that person to rise. Just let him rise, because the issue I've told you in Nyanza, if Nyanza we could have elected young people,
Yeah.
at least we could be talking about succession in ODM to the younger generation. But we cannot talk about succeeding ODM to the younger generation and we have only one person and there's no one to support him. So you can't fight that war alone. If we could have rallied many young people in parliament, they could have won that war. So me, I've just made a good example in Muranga County.
Yeah.
That it should uplift. If remember, how many Didi Nyoros are missing in parliament?
So
there
many.
Are many.
There are many.
Yeah, there are many. So let us just identify a leader and a talent, and let us try to uplift that person. It doesn't matter. In this issue of you want to lead absolutely. You want to own it by yourself. That's a very bad culture in politics. Let's try to uplift young people.
Yeah.
The issue of Rigidi.
No, what I was saying, if he goes online, just let us know so that we can also join that interview and I mean like that press and see what the deputy president is going to say. Okay, the issue of Rigidi, why do they want him impeached?
If he goes online, our viewers let us know so that we can go and watch. Rigidi, he was saying that he wanted to be impeached. We have talked about this issue several, but Rigidi disappointed many people. People thought that he will sound like a man. He will not ask for forgiveness. But now we know that he was a son of Mau Mau. He fought Wazungus. He fought Uhuru Kenyatta. Why will he fight William Ruto? if they fought Wazungu and they fought Uhuru Kenyatta, so who was William Ruto? They cannot fight William Ruto. He could have stood his ground, but he has failed many people. He has cried like a baby. He has asked for forgiveness. So there's a lot of pretense here, and people say that it's a script. And if those people are still living in denial that it's a script, you wait. This is not a script. It's real. They're just going home. I know even on Sunday, yesterday morning, people were still saying that they're just going nowhere. But it dawned on them. You saw Wamushomba on that clip, the way he was having a sad face. Now it dawned on them that really is going.
Yeah.
It was not a job.
To me, I would want to look at, despite the fact that all the allegation that has been brought on the deputy president, that we will listen or we will, they will be, it will be taking place in the parliament tomorrow. I think the reason why also they want the deputy to go is one. Deputy has tested the power and he knows how sweet is the power is. So what he's looking at is looking at next. He was here. Maybe he had this one in plan that next general election he must be in the ballot. And there are so many things that were working for him, bearing in mind that when you look at the numbers, the numbers were for him due to the fact that he's coming from the larger Mount Kenya. And when you look at the larger Mount Kenya, they usually have numbers in terms of voting. There's that number in it. And so he had that number. So, and he had already shown the interest of running for an office or finding another way in which he can be a candidate. So that could make it possible for the president and maybe his allies to say, okay, he has to go because he's going to destabilize the second term for the president. And this one will make president not even to have the presidential benefit. So that is the reason why I think he was there determined for him to go. And as you know, he's stand as a truthful man. So he's one person that believe on what he wants. If he says a no, is a no, you know. And for our president, you know that Mr. President is Mr. All. He knows how to advise. He knows how to do everything. Everything he has to make decision on something. So having a Rigiji who will say no to some of this, so that one also was one of the things that I feel would have made them to decide, okay, he has to go. Because president would want somebody who is very loyal. And if we say today, I'm sending you here, I'm sending you here, I'm sending you here, that one would make him to say, okay, he's not listening to me, somebody that I could not send somewhere. When he says no, is a no. So that could be the reason why he want him to go. So that is one of it. So or am I wrong on saying that? We are not talking about now the allegation. We are just trying to look at, apart from what has been alleged or what is being tabled in parliament, those one can also play part in terms of politics for 2027.
Yeah, it can play parts. And once they have gone on, ask our viewers to inform us if they are wrong, because it's 1 minute to 7.
Yeah.
So what I was seeing, we have said such things. What Mato Makandes is saying, that if I was Sigiji, I would decide to play safe, as should he be impeached. Him Sonko waiting same WhatsApp group can't ever hold office. This is what we have been advising Rigiji here, but we have a different opinion. Those who are saying that let him not resign. But that's up to him. What I say that people must understand, and let us not argue with the law or facts. The reality is, Brother Benson, if I know that you are someone who I cannot compromise, and I'm a leader, the religion cannot be compromised, and I want to do my deeds in the country, for instance, and to that extent, there's allegation that you wanted to overthrow me. If I find out through the news that indeed you wanted to overthrow me, and on my decks the report that and the allegations, if I follow them, they are true, there's no way people are saying Ruto can forgive Rigiji, because if you forgive him, you don't know what he will do to you next. Because this person, number one, is overambitious, is angry for power, determining that the people from Central, they are main in terms of registration in the register for the voters.
Yeah.
So he has the numbers. So if you allow him to be protected by the state, if you can enjoy that state protection within this short period of time, you don't know what he can do to you.
Yeah.
And we are approaching elections 2027. So there was no way, even if it is personal grudges, there's no way William Ruto can forgive Rigiji. And people also advise William Ruto also not make his own decision. Because if you spare this man, people like Didmas Baraza, people like Farouk Kibet, people like Oscar Sudi, Uri just attacked them. He has attacked them at personal level. At PA for president, kuna mwingine anatoka huko. And these people can be telling William, if you spare this man, we'll be next. He will deal with that. So there's no way. Let's deal with him once and for all. So I don't see as people see things that it's a joke. This is not a joke. Sometimes these are politics works. Sometimes you have to sacrifice one even if one of your allies for the sake of within your circle. So we understand what's happening very well. So let us just wait for the proceedings we follow, and we will know how it will turn out.
And another thing also that I usually say the difference between the two, that is the but there is a good thing for the country in all this. Like always say, my brothers, don't forget from now on, president and deputies will be doubting if they can or cannot be touched. Yeah. And and also if you will be confronted to work to be a deputy, you will be looking, what is the possibility of me being impeached? And if you look at another difference between the two, you look at the Uhuru Kenyatta and the Mr. Ruto, the President Ruto, because Uhuru Kenyatta was somebody who was born in the presidency, so he grew up in power. He knew what power is, and it was like normal growing up in back at home, whereby ile maisha ya kuteseka, unaona, so inakuja hata saa zile, like you are now elevated from that life to a new life, you don't care, like it's normal for you. But you see the two of them, they are people who are now have come closer to power. Now they know what power means, so they know how the power tastes. So one of the is that everybody has to protect that power. So in the event they don't agree, and remember, both of them are student of Moi. Both of them, they know, they were in the umbrella of the same person. They knew how Moi used to work. So when two students or two sons who have been in the same house are now fighting for power, that's where now forgiveness cannot come. So that is another way also that they might want the Rigiji to go. That is what we think, but these are just hypotheses that we are giving. So, and remember also the ambition and the combativeness of the deputy president. He's a very combative man, So, so that is something, and also something that also comes with the power is the power of wealth, because you have that accessibility to wealth very quickly, based on even what has been tabled, one of the allegation on how he has accumulated such much wealth within a period of short time. So that one tells you what is going to happen, and how Kenyan politics is about money. So when it comes to money, Rigiji has money, and the president too has money. So it tells you that when it comes to the campaigns, both of them can oil their campaign very, very, very well because they are moneyed. So that one also is tells you, okay, now you have to, we don't want you. You might create chaos in the near future.
Brother Benson, let me try to explain this issue of Rigiji in a family setup. If you are married and you have a very beautiful wife, in that case, and you are found out from a household that your wife wanted to poison you, and your household has given you even the visual, the CCTV footage, everything beyond reasonable doubt, that your wife wanted to poison you, and you have the evidence and you have seen them, and your wife is in denial. So if you allow her to stay with you, the next time, because she knows your moves, because you are always with her, the next time he will not use the poison food. He will even hire someone. Even he can hire someone to shoot you, or he can hire your driver to set you up, even in the grave. So there's no way you can forgive that wife. You just go for the divorce. So people were still dreaming that forgiveness can happen overnight. This goose was cooked and it's just ready to be served.
He's on his way out.
There's no way you can defend him. He's going. Even him, you know that he's going.
But
and the way you said, Ruto also, they know each other. They were straight for Moi. Ruto's not really hard. They just know Ruto's hard. People might think Ruto as someone who's maybe fan, pastor, Christian, but very dangerous. Rigiji might be real, is speaking the way it is, but the person who is hiding, you don't know what is planning for you next. Ruto, from this history, we have heard that he's not a forgiving person. So how is he going to forgive Rigiji? He's not going to forgive Rigiji.
Okay, thank you so much. We are still waiting to see whether the deputy president will be holding that presser, and we will be glad to follow and
But,
see.
Brother Benson,
Yes.
The difference between Rigiji and Ruto, people are using them that whatever they did, whatever Ruto did to Uhuru is what Rigiji did to Ruto. You know, Ruto, even if he's a dictator or a ruthless politician, but sometimes his moves were very smooth. Ruto was planning how to become president through IBC, even whether he stole elections, but it was through the people, through IBC. There was no way to plan any plot to overthrow Uhuru Kenyatta unconstitutionally. So the issue which has been alleged to Rigiji that it was plotting to overthrow government unlawfully. Those are different scenarios. So even Ruto is someone who understands that is a dictator, a very ruthless politician, but he makes sure that he succeeded Uhuru lawfully. That's what Rigiji ought to have done.
Okay. I can see they are already setting up the Citizen has just given. I'm following up on the Citizen too, but I don't think like he has come on the podium to talk. But we will keep on following it very, very, very much closely. So, and now in the event, because that in the event that it happens, because in the event that it happened, that they replace somebody, and will that one cure? Because like among other things that are being said that is a tribal, which that is something that I'm not buying. No, I know he's tribal, but like it has made in a way that to make him feel bad. Because look, take look for example, when the deputy president, especially when during election, when they wanted to get somebody to deputize the president, who among the people who were in the select committee?
Those who wanted to become deputy, those who wanted to be the Ruto.
Yeah, when the deputy president, when they were looking for somebody to be the deputy president for William Ruto during the run-ups to election, yeah, they settled on the Rigiji, yeah. Who are the committee members?
The people we have heard them, they have been talking. People like Wambugu Gunjiri, people like Julius Baraza. They were allies to Mr. Ruto, who were the committee who was selected the deputy president. But remember,
what I want to bring is this: when you look at all that committee that was there, that were giving the mandate to vote, yeah, from which region were they coming from?
From Mount Kenya, most of them.
But did they, when they were coming from Mount Kenya, did they think that deputy president was going to be a president for the whole nation? Yeah, but we have to. Yeah, because if
They knew
yeah,
DP was coming from Mount Kenya. That's what they knew.
but he was coming from Mount Kenya, yes. But was he going to be the deputy for Mount Kenya so that, or he was going to be the deputy for the whole nation?
Of course, he was going to be the deputy for all nation, but I can't ascertain.
Yeah.
What, but you know what we have to agree also.
Yeah.
The people who applied for the position of deputy president were coming from Mount Kenya, all of them.
No, by design. It was by design.
Yeah.
design.
So there was no need. They're telling us that it is tribal. It is tribal. It was tribal before. Even right now, it is tribal.
Yeah. So
but the issue of, you have said that at what can change if Rigiji goes, the person is going to come.
Yeah.
You know, it's very simple. I think if people want to be the deputy president, even if you give an opportunity right now, you can just come and become the deputy president.
No,
so
no.
But politicians want. What you should do once you have gotten the opportunity to be deputy president, just don't do whatever the Rigiji have done. Don't do those allegations. Just try to be the deputy president for the whole country.
Because the reason why what DP has done is because these are power hungry. You know, there's that part that it's not about the people driven. Yeah, it is not about the people driven. Mata nasema nini? When you guys get to point where you can answer my question about Kamket remarks, I thank you so much. I saw that. I saw the Kamket, you know. Yeah. I saw. Thank you for reminding me. So it tells you, even from the way Kamket was talking, if you analyze it very, very, very well, it's all about tribe. Yeah. Because from his talking, he feels like his tribe is being targeted. They do not want his tribe to lead. That's what he was saying. You know. So the issue of narrowing this to about that they is because he has been preaching for this. That's a narrative that is selling the public. But what we have to know, or what we have to understand, is that we have to first of all embrace our tribes and know that our country is a multi-ethnic country. And after realizing that, then how can we use our tribe positively in the process of political making? Yeah. How positive are we in our tribes in whatever we are doing when it comes to the political processes? Yeah. Or that one is not right, you know. Or MIGUDA, you disagree with me?
Not that I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I just want to answer Mato. Mato, we have the same opinion that even Kamket utterances were tribal. And not only Mato, not only Kamket, you have had people like Arun Cheriot, Nelson Kohej. They were saying, they were intimidating judges that do your work, let Parliament do their work. Do not try to interfere with the independence of the Parliament. You will interpret laws, Parliament legislates. So if people like Nelson Kohej, people like Arun Cheriot were threatening judiciary, and yet we haven't started this process. So you see that this issue, the tribal-based issue, is all with our leaders. And right now, the few from Big Valley are very happy that it is going. They are very happy. You have heard the way Kamket has talked, you have heard the way Nelson Koech has talked, the way Arun Cheriot have talked. They were quiet until now. Rigiji said that is going to the court. They say, no, you judges, be independent. Do not affect the independence of the Parliament. Let Parliament do their work. And you are even, Rigiji and Ruto, in terms of tribalism, they are the same. The only thing that is different with them is that Ruto is doing it through action by appointing the people from his tribe. Even the parastatals. Most of the people in the parastatals are from the Kalenjin nation. But Rigiji was vocal. He was doing it through verbal. So it's the same thing but different application. Ruto is doing it through action. Rigiji is doing it through verbal. But all of them are tribal.
Okay, thank you so much. I can see it's not yet started, but I see journalists from Citizen are there. I think what is there is they just need to um, to find a way, and we should learn from that. And how can we learn in a way such that we embrace our tribal, but we don't use it in um, um, the way they use it in terms of leadership, whereby when it comes to appointment, you make sure that you appoint people from your region. When it comes even to resource allocation, you find that your region might get more resources than other parts of the country. So that is what we need to do. And now there's this issue also that pops in, even though we don't want to talk about it, that um, the president is quoting the Western Kenya vote, and this is include even the Nyanza, so to eh, to replace the Mount Kenya votes.
You know, that's a big gamble. That's a dangerous gamble. Because
Eh,
this is why I say it's a dangerous gamble. You know, me, I prefer a United Mount Kenya. Once you have the United Mount Kenya in your basket,
eh,
you have high chance of becoming the president of this Republic of Kenya. But once you abandon Mount Kenya
uh-huh,
and you go to, let me be specific, Luo Nyanza. If Luo Nyanza, in the 4 counties in Luo Nyanza, Migori, Kisumu, Siaya, Homa Bay, and the Luos in Nairobi, and the Luos in Mombasa, and the Luos who are abroad, maybe Canada, those who actually vote. If they could
yeah,
not vote for Raila, 700,000 votes never
yeah,
turn out to vote for Raila. Almost a million vote. And you know Raila is like God in Luo Nyanza. Raila is just, no one is second to Raila. Raila is just like, there's some people who, they just worship him.
mhm,
There's some people who, Raila just will just carry your hand. You don't even go to your campaign. You become MP. You Raila can say, Raila can just go to Kisumu and say, hey, Kisumu Central people, just greet for me, MIGUDA.
yeah,
That's how you become MP. If you if you find MIGUDA in the ballot board, just greet for me, MIGUDA.
eh,
So if that person, they could not turn out all of them, like
mhm,
7 vote never vote for him. What about William Ruto, who was Raila's rival in the
mhm.
2020 election, or even if they are buddies today? But do you think it may just do you think many people can just come to vote for Ruto? I
Yep,
don't think people will turn out to vote for Ruto. Just
provided that if
they
there are
can turn, yeah, they can, but not as much as they do for Raila.
mm,
Yeah, they can. That's why Ruto is gambling. But anyway, he's not a politician, and he has been in this game. Maybe he knows much than me. He knows how he maneuver.
okay, my brother. Thank you so much for being here. I know we need to end the show, and hopefully, I don't know the plans for Makobura, but I know if he finds time after uh the presser, he can come on the show, and you can say a word or two um, about. So hakuna mambo yoyote ambayo imetendeka yenye labda unaweza tuambia tena before tufunge?
Or before Tupunge, I saw something.
Mm.
uh, NAC party leader Martha Karua
Yeah.
was giving a press, and she was very categorical that if Deputy President Gachagua is going, they should go both of them, him and William Ruto. So there's something I've learned from this NAC leader.
Mm.
This NAC leader is also tribal, just like another leader.
How? Iron
Because,
Lady,
right
eh,
now, everybody is defending their people from their community. He's saying that if at all Rigiji must go,
eh,
let him go with William Ruto. I remember even 2013, she said that if Kibaki is retiring, let them try with Raila Odinga together, jointly. So anything that touches the community, she's always at forefront.
oh, presa gani Mato ya Rigiji?
But Misha,
Imeanza?
Bado sidhani kabisa tumeanza. Hebu angalia kama imeanza.
Let me see.
You are following. So this issue of this particular, whenever a community interest is at stake, usually come forward and defend the community. So we can just say all our leaders are tribal. Okay.
Iko na wapi? Mato iko channel gani? Sioni. Mato, hebu tuambie. Ama ni presa ya Martha Karua? Mimi, are you seeing it online? Because it's not there in the Citizen. Okay. Let's see what is happening, because like I don't know where iko. Mato iko station gani? Mimi sioni. Kuna mtu anasema ati sababu ya wanataka Rigiji aende kwa sababu he's the only person in the cabinet who refused finance bill. Ni kweli?
That is not the only reason. There are many reasons we have seen. So that's just part of them. It can be, but that's just one of the reasons. There are, apart from finance bill, there are also personal differences between him and the president.
So why should why then should Kenya be held hostage with their personal differences, that now everything is at standstill?
That's why it's called a political process.
Hey, yawa.
That's why it's called a political process. There are so many things behind it. It's not only finance bill. But even Raila say not finance bill and Raila is in government. So
no, it came after. They are not in government. You know, wanatuambia. Okay, all right. Because I saw the yeah, okay. Okay, sasa itabidi tufunge tuende tuone, lakini mimi ningependa kushukuru wale watu ambao tumekuwa naye katika kipindi kwa takriban ni saa moja sasa. Tumechukua muda ya saa moja na kesho pia tutakuwa hapa, so if you are new here, please be part of it. Ungana na sisi, ubonyeze, ama tunasema ni kwa Kiswahili mzuri ni gani? Bonyeza ama
unataka kubonyeza.
Subscribe inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili?
Subscribe sasa hiyo saa lazima nifanye homework kidogo, lakini unatumia tu lugha watu wanaelewa Kiswahili na Kizungu hii Kenya.
Okay, sawa.
Wanajua hizo vitu za subscription, wanajua vizuri sana.
Lakini mimi ombi ambayo ningependa kuwapatiana mavijana, let us not bring each other down. Let you not bring any youth down. Please uplift one another. Kama kuna connection umeona mahali, patiana malink manini. Ndio tukue na society that is very vibrant. This idea of somebody buying you and you come and beat your fellow youth is Mato enda hiyo hakuna. Hakuna. Subscribe. Okay, tutaenda na subscribe kwa channel yetu. Okay, sasa asante sana Mato. Let us just uplift one another. If there's any connection that you know, share it with your fellow youth, so people can grow together. Then we will build a good nation, a lovable Kenya, and a Kenya where violence does not thrive. We can disagree in opinion and disagree on political parties, but we still find it within ourselves that we can laugh. That is the Kenya that we are looking for. We are looking for a Kenya that will transcend the politics of tribalism, the politics of violence, the politics of insult and all that, but a clean politics. And thank you so much for joining. And we'll be here tomorrow, or Makubura will be here at 10 again to share his views and opinion on the unfolding news. Miguda, if you have something you can tell us.
Mimi ningependa tu kuambia tu vijana ya kwamba tusikane na tusaidiane. Hii mambo ya kuchukia vijana zako si mambo nzuri sana. Tukae tu watu wazuri tu. Ukiniona umejiona, nikikuona nimejiona. Vijana tujione tu. Jua watu watatusaidia, sisi tunasaidia. Sasa mambo ya pia wewe ukipata kitu unaingia huko juu na sababu vijana wenzako. Siku moja tutafika huko, lakini sasa itakuwa vibaya, hatutakusupport. Support wale walikuwa na. Sasa vijana lazima tushikane mkono ndio tutashinda hii vita. Kama tutashikana mkono tutakufa wote. Sasa ili tushikane mkono tuende pamoja. That's what I can tell fellow.
Okay, thank you so much. And Rigathi, the Deputy President, is already having his presser. Thank you so much, Miguda. I'll talk to you later.